going on, everyone? Shades coming at you. Stop and go traffic this morning. Nah, I just didn't get going very quickly, so I'm behind a school bus. Sorry, the coach in me's coming out a little bit, and I'm composing myself about what I want to say right now. Holy shnikes, was that a first half of football last night? All right. I'm gonna say it. No, well, okay, that didn't come out right. Okay, yes, I was seeing comments about, people complaining about the ref and stuff like that. I'm not going down that road right now, because listen, regardless of how pouring the refereeing may or may not have been, there was no excuse for that first. Okay, Pereira's was a little ridiculous. I mean, okay, I get it. He clapped. Because who else was it that... Triantis. Yeah. I think if he would have just done a, like what keepers do and just done a little bounce out of frustration, he would have been fine. But just like the NBA, you slam a ball down like that, yeah, you're getting called for it. So, and I don't know. That's one of the calls I'll say. It didn't look like there was a whole lot in, so I understand his frustration, but still, I know. You got to compose yourself a little bit. I get it. Heat of the moment. It can be tough. Gosh, who had the other one for dissent? Was it Chonkalai? I'm not going to say that I missed him getting his, but was he just arguing with the ref? I might have to find that again, because holy shnikes. Yeah, because we had... Was it 4? Yeah, because they said 6 cards in the first half. Minnesota had 4 of them. Was that how it went? I lost track. I couldn't keep up. It was just annoyance. It was where I told a friend of mine where I'm like, this is one of those games, I tell my assistants, you go ahead of me, I'm going to take a minute. And honestly, that's what I would have done. I would have composed myself and been like, listen, we're right here, we're in this. We just need to keep our cool. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hand quickly. Not to mention, okay, so just breaking down a little bit. The first 5-10 minutes, I don't know what we were doing, just pinging it back and both teams kind of pinging it back and forth, like you take it type of thing. And then that penalty was kind of unlucky. That was an unfortunate position for Triantis. You can definitely see his hand move. So I mean, I understand why the commentators initially said it looked like it hit his shoulder, but then you watch the replay, you definitely see his hand move. That was unlucky. Good pen take by Austin. Penalty we got, you can call it soft, you can call it whatever. That's the type of stuff they're starting to look for now when you're giving somebody a bear hug. And I don't know. So then Yeboah just got in his own head on the retake, so I don't know, man. And then it's like they kind of lost composure, especially after that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they created a few chances, they just weren't doing much with them, and it was not. I don't know. I remember thinking a few minutes into the second half, going, We need to make some change. I don't know who it is. I don't know. Chonkalai, he was trying to make runs, but he was having guys come short. But he was lucky to not get a foul called him in the box. Like, that tackle probably should have been called a penalty. I am a little surprised that it didn't get reviewed more. Just being completely honest about it. The ref's perspective, I can kind of see it too. I was like, okay, I'm not going to argue that one. Should it, whatever. I'm not going to say much on it. Well, but it was like kind of around then, maybe a little before that, I'm like, he's made some runs, but he's losing his head a little bit. He might need to come out. Well, the first 2 subs were, oh yeah, that's right, because Owen Jen picked up it was a card for a professional foul, wasn't it? Yes. And yeah, so Trap and Hamas were the first 2 subs in, and boy, did that change things. Yeah. I know there's been a bunch of, oh, it's just a publicity stunt. It's a media move for Hamas. You know what? Maybe it was a little bit. But if you've actually watched the games, he's put in a shift each time he's come in. The problem is, we just haven't had guys finish, and he hasn't been able to get in the box. He's had to play a little deeper and they've had to go through him. So you know what? If before this game, he could have had at least 3 or 4 assists, and he was probably at least 3rd in chances created. So, and he's been possessing well. He's been distributing well. Has it been questionable with his health? Sure, but that's for another video. This was already going a little longer than I usually do, but whatever. And you know what? Hamas came in, you saw a difference. Holy shnikes, were some of those crosses nice. Like, he was putting in an effort, even though he's going to be leaving later at the end of this week. That, he had one that, was it Yeboah that shot it, and Stuver saved it, and then he got it, tried to keep it alive, but unfortunately got too close to Stuver, excuse me. It's like, that was just a pure hustle play. And then, not long after that, he had that awesome cross to Marcanic, who got up for it. That was nice. Little later, oh gosh, who scored the second goal? Why am I blanking? Oh, Pereira! That's right, him and Pereira were working together. Pereira got that cut in. He snuck it just inside the post. So, you know what? I'll defend Hamas a little bit, even if things have been interesting. But aside from that, that's not what this video is about. I will say, especially as a coach, the lack of discipline in the first half, I get it, frustration, and it can be tough to keep your cool in that, but you got to do it. Second half, they kept composure a little bit better. Hamas came in, he was a bit of a catalyst. Unfortunately, the prodigal son had to come back and equalize and steal points from us. Why'd you do it, Superman? Nah. Ramirez, we miss you. Come back home. Nah, anyway. Second half, you know, they got spread out a little bit. Both halves, Kellner made a couple big saves. Holy shnikes, kept it in it. We kept pushing. We got a draw out of it. If maybe we need to find someone who's a more consistent, or another person who can consistently score. So, well, anyway, that's what I got on that one. Till next time. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Someone's probably going to be missing a game soon because of card accumulation, but outside of that, let's keep pushing, lads. Let's keep pushing. Shade signing out.